the Mountain, a place that has almost rewritten motorsport history in this part of the world, is doing it for international motorsport too, and you're seeing it live and free here on 7. Michelin hourly update sees Mark Bell for Bentley lead from Laurent Vanthoor. His 4.5 seconds has just disappeared in the Darrell Lee A category, with Katsumaza Chiyo in third position for Nissan. A huge break for them. They get a minute catching up onto the front of the field. Jack Lebrock as well in fourth position for Urbis. That's a big break for him. And even the Aston Martin of the 97 team with Stefan Mucker at the wheel is catching a break here. David Calvert-Jones in 10th position, just holding on to that top 10 in the ice brake car. In the classes, brought to you by Pirelli, the Darrell Lee overall, Bell and Chiyo. Then Marcus Marshall in the number 47 Porsche in the Century Batteries class, the Ridges Class C. Marcus Marshall in the 911 GT3 Cup for Century. Peter Lemieux in the Exceed Cup R category for Ridges, the C class leads. Then it's Rob Johnson, the GWS Personnel Class D, and Gary Jacobson in the Recaro Class I in that lovely Mark Focus V8. Well, I'm not sure where we put any of our money now, dear viewer and listener. It's all bets are off, and the dash for the 2015 Liqui Moly 12 Hours of Bathurst, and it's live and free here on 7. It's all set up for another dash to the checkered flag that has become almost traditional now at the Liqui Moly Bathurst 12-hour here at Mount Panorama. There is the number 11 Bentley, the one that was slightly out of contention. It's now totally out as it's on the back of the flatty coming back to the paddock. We've had some fantastic racing, Crailsey. This has been brilliant.
Yeah, this is what's gone on in the last couple of hours. There's been so much. The 68 Motorsport Services Porsche, part of the Class B action, caught up in some dramas down at the Michelin Chase, and that's been a busy spot, as has all of the 6,213 metres of this joint today. It's been pretty remarkable stuff. That car recovered and got going again. This was down at the final corner at Maguire's turn. The Hallmark Property Group number 9 car that sits just outside the top 10. And a side-by-side moment with Aaron Zerafos, it was, in the 6th safety stop car that's been in the walls today and in the wall today earlier on, but continues to circulate. Disappointing for them, and that brought out another safety car. Record numbers of safety cars and safety car laps today, but it set up this amazing finish. This was the scariest moment of the day for me. Ivo Brukas in the Mazda V8 Mark Cars Australia entry, square into the wall, but he was straight out of the car, over the fence, like he was running an Olympic sprint, and A-OK. The car, on the other hand, it did its job, but it won't race again. And this was a heart-in-mouth moment for Alex McDowell, the driver of the Craft Bamboo Aston that is in contention for this motor race. Currently sits 5th and only 20 seconds from the race lead. The Icebreak Porsche is a little bit further down the order. David Calvert-Jones behind the wheel, 10th place for this car at the moment. A quick spin for car 12 at the chase. It lost them a little bit of time, but they will live to fight another day. It's been a wild old day. While we're under yellow, we'll get some more breaks out of the way. Back to Bathurst very soon.
Well, Mount Panorama is a venue that just keeps delivering. It doesn't matter what the cars, what the racing, whether it's a 20-minute sprint, whether it's a classic motor race like the racing at Easter when we get the Holden HQs here, one of my favourite Aussie race series for tin tops, or whether it's here with the high-tech, high-speed international race field that we have once again come down to just under 40 minutes. And Matthew Bell, will bring the field round in the M Sport Bentley to restart. The green flag is in the hand of the marshal just to our right-hand side, and it's under now the control of Matt. He's got the whole field breathing down his neck. Laurent Vanteur, we've got Chio behind him, LeBrock, Munger, Ortelli, Monterney, Russell, Villander, Calvert-Jones and Brabham. That's the top 11 as we go back to green flag racing with just under 39 minutes to go in the 2015 Liqui Moly 12 Hours of Bathurst. And Matt Bell got the timing just about right. Oh, joining from the pit lane, one of the RX-7 tube frame cars right into the middle of the melee at the front of the field, but that has been avoided by everyone. Nice driving for the whole of the guys. The RX-8s are the tube frame cars, thanks Grillsy. That was a textbook restart. He didn't get the advantage, Grillsy, of cars in between him and Vanteur, but he's done what he needed to do and held his line through Hell Corner and up the hill.
We've spoken throughout the day that we're not 100% convinced that the Bentley has the race pace, the outright raw speed to go with the number 15 Audi, which has been the fastest car around Mount Panorama all weekend long. Fastest lap of the race, fastest in qualifying with the fastest ever time we've seen recorded here. So the gap 0.4 of a second, but they're locked together. Where and when does Laurens Vanthoor launch his attack on the British driver that sits in front of him?
And there's going to be a long time before Matt Bell gets any kind of relief from the cars chasing. 14 cars between this pair of cars and the chasing three. Flashing the lights, Laurens Vanthoor, that's not going to work with Matt Bell. I don't see him pulling over anytime soon.
Oh, how close was Vanthoor to the wall there on driver's left? And this is the 8 car, David Brabham, would you believe it? Brabham's been claimed by the cutting, and another cutting slap will bring out surely another safety car. Yellows breed yellows, and it's all going wrong for the team that was sitting just outside the top 10 and in a podium position in Class AA. And David Brabham is in the wall with the Bentley. What a disaster for the Flying B team, who were creeping back into contention and sitting in a podium position in class. David is, I think, trying to get the car turned over. The marshal saying, can you get it restarted? And Brabs is in the wall. This doesn't affect what's going on at the front of the field, as the safety car has been scrambled, and the MG Mercedes-Benz 63, the CLS, that beautiful silver car, is back out on the circuit, and we will neutralise the race immediately. Hashtag B12HR. Let's have your predictions on that now for who's going to win this. It's still any one of the top 6's race as we head into the last half an hour. How much green flag are we going to get?
14 cars between the lead two and the chasing Nissan before this safety car came out. It's 8 cars now, so ground has been made up. That might actually work in Matt Bell's favour.
Yes. Just happens. He's just saved himself some fuel, hasn't he? The way it goes, he can turn it up to 11 now in the Bentley. Well, David Brabham in the wall at the cutting. The cutting slap has claimed another victim, and it is the Flying B Bentley. That's going to leave us with a little over half an hour of racing to go in this year's Bathurst, the Liqui Moly 12 Hours. It's live and free on 7. Don't go away. Well, very sad sight of David Brabham's car in the wall at the cutting. Let's head straight down to the rest of the Bentley team. They are leading this race, and this has just nullified their 4.5-second lead. Shea Adam.
Bentley is leading, and the Bentley who is leading is the number 10, Guy Smith. It's your teammate, Matt Bell, who is currently at the head of the field. He was feeling a bit ill earlier, but we heard he was all better, and now you guys are out front. Did you think that you would be here after 11.5 hours of racing?
I think we hoped we'd be here. I mean, the plan always was to be in a position where you're on the lead lap, you know, with the final couple of hours to go, and certainly we're in a great position right now. But it's, you know, Audi and Laurens are very, very strong. Matt's doing a fantastic job. It's going to be a tall order to stay in front, but you know, pretty confident, so we'll see what we can do.
There was a bittersweet cheer that went out when the safety car came out because of David Brabham's incident. Yeah. Can you now make it on fuel?
Yeah, I mean, everything seems to be good. I think all the cars now pretty much can go to the end, it looks like, from what we can see. Lawrence came in and put new tyres on, whereas Matt's... I don't know what tyres Matt's on, but, I mean, it's going to be tough for him. It's going to be tough for him because the Audi's been incredibly strong all weekend. But, you know, the Bentley GT3 continues to surprise, and it's been great to us today, so let's hope it can hold on to the end.
Done a great job so far and only has under 30 minutes to go until you get on the podium.
Well, we've been trying to make sure that you don't miss any of the racing all through our coverage here on 7, and we're going to break away now for our final time. And when we come back, we will be green, hopefully through to the end of the race. But whatever happens on the track, you'll see it all as we go to the checkered flag next on 7 from Bathurst. Well, a record crowd here at Mount Panorama for the Summer Classic, as we're going to be calling it now. The 2015 Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 Hours attracted over 32,000 spectators over the past 3 days, and 3 very excited ones in the commentary booth. Myself, Richard Craill and Graham Goodwin are waiting to see the denouement of the last 11 and a half hours. David Brabham getting a little bit of attention from the medical team, just precautionary up at the top of the cutting there. The number 8 Flying B Bentley in the wall, in the blue paint there. Another one of the cuttings. Now look just at the top of the screen here as he comes through. Let's wait for the number 8 car. Let's see what happens. The Aston Martin down the inside. That's a bold move. Is that what sets it off? Oh, yes, it is. And Brabs has nowhere to stop. And that was a little bit of a hip check that was unnecessary there, Krailsey. That is not a place you can go too wide.
That was the 97 car, wasn't it? Was that Stefan Mucker?
It was Stefan Mucker. It was Stefan Mucker, and
4th place car.
The race director will have seen that video too, as Brabs went off, and there's no room there to get the car slowed down. That's the issue. Now at the head of the field, Matt Bell has had a little bit of help, lost his 4.5-second lead, but now is fuel to go and can turn it up to full rich.
There's some nervous boys down at Phoenix Racing.
Lauren Van Tour is doing their job for them at the moment. It must be horrible. You know, you've done your bit and you're sitting there, there's nothing for you to do now.
They've both done an amazing job on the left, Marco Mappelli on the right. Marcus Winkelhock.
Worst place in the world at the moment, I'd have thought. Worst place in the world.
What about these boys in Bentley?
They just don't know either, do they? They're hoping and praying. They're going to get a great result. Yeah. But are they going to get a top step result?
Trying to show some British reserve there, boys. Very well done. Stiff upper lip and all that.
Matt Bell, Laurent Van Tour, and the 3rd in the triumvirate at the top of the field. And the 3rd different manufacturer. We've got Bentley, we've got Audi, and Nissan as well in there. The Nismo Global Athlete Team, RGNs. Bob and Liz Neville running that team, made up by the majority of that team is made up by the gamers who've come through the GT Academy, and they will be wondering if they can turn virtual success into a real life trophy. There is Matthew Bell. I'm not sure whether this is good for him going slowly. He won't be getting the air force through the car. Remember, he was dehydrated earlier on. Stefan Mucker in 4th place for Aston Martin. He's on the lead lap, as well as 5th place Jacques Lebrock for the Erebus Mercedes-Benz team. Been a brilliant party atmosphere. Lots of families out here as well, enjoying the motor racing in the Summer Classic here at Bathurst. The grandstand seats were sold out some time ago. If you want one for next year, I think I might be on the website tomorrow, if I were you.
And judging by Twitter and all that's going on online, it looks like the racing world is tuning in at the moment.
Yeah, and not just fans. We're talking teams and drivers and the guys building racing cars all around the world who are doing all kinds of weird shifts and on different times are all tuned in to this 7 coverage live from the Liqui Moly Bathurst. 12 hours. This must be... Well, you see, in some ways it's great, in some ways it's horrible. Am I going to get to the end of the race? No, I'm not. Not behind the safety car. I will have to race again. Right, I better get myself ready. Am I in the right gear? Am I on the right setting? Don't run into the back of the safety car, Matt. Tiny little lapses of concentration. Race cars are difficult to drive slow. They don't feel good. And Matthew Bell has got all this going through his mind. Can he hold on to it, guys? Come on. Well, look, put your neck on the line, Krills.
There is every bit a chance to do so at this place. 22 minutes on the clock. The finish is 5:48 plus 1 lap. So after the first car goes across the line, after 5:48, it is 1 more lap. Mark Beretta down in pit lane. Must be stressful down there, Barrett.
Oh, that is an understatement about stressful. Obviously, as Lawrence Van Tour is out in the number 15 car, his 2 co-drivers are here in the garage watching on. Marco, how are the nerves?
Yeah, it's pretty high, actually. There's still 20 minutes to go. We don't know if the safety car will go out, so let's tape our finger crosses and let's see how it's going.
Mark, it's been a great team effort by the 3 of you today. Do you think you can hold on? Can you win this race?
Yeah, for sure. We will give 100% till the checkered flag, and then we will see where we end up. But as I said, we are a really good driver lineup, and we had a really strong team behind us the whole race, and we gave everything, and we don't give up until the checkered flag, as I said. So let's cross the fingers.
Is Lawrence saying anything about the car? How's the car holding up at this stage of the race? It's been a long day.
Yeah, the car is fine. The car felt really good, especially in the morning. We were pretty fast when it was cold. Now we are struggling a little bit at straight line speed when the temperature went up. And then I think this will be our problem for the last laps in the race. The car is very fast over the hills, in the fast corners. Just straight line speed is our big problem in the moment. So that's why I think it's going to be tough.
Marco, what would it mean to you to win this race?
Of course, it's one of the best endurance races all over. So for sure, with this guy, with this team, it's going to be a lot.
And is Lawrence the man to bring it home for you?
Yeah, absolutely. He stays in the car and he will give 100%, as I said. And we told him to push maximum, and then yeah, we just hope that we're gonna end up on the podium on top.
Good. Well, we look forward to a great finish, guys. Well done on your efforts today, and good luck to bring it home. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barrett. Fingernail chewing time down there. And if you're wondering why everyone is so tense, it's because the racing has been so tight. Mistakes are plenty though as well, Krilsey.
Yeah, it has. It's been that kind of day, and that's what's set up this amazing grandstand finish once again to a motor race at Mount Panorama. This was the issue down at Maguire's turn. The safety stop car came to a safe stop in the gravel trap, the sand trap. All on its own, just lost the rear end and spun around. These are the most recent highlights from the very end. Probably not so much highlights as moments, I think, is the term we should be using, because some of them not highlights for the teams involved. This was across the top of the mountain, certainly not a highlight.
Ivo Brukes, though, amazingly got out of this. There are banded tyres behind the belt there, and they dissipated some of the impact. Not all of it, but the tube frame and the Mark Cars Australia V8 Mazda 3 did the rest of the job. How costly might this be for the 97 Aston Martin? Was Alex McDowell on board when he made the mistake at Griffin's? And also been an eventful day for the leading Porsche.
Yeah, spin for the Icebreak car, just inside the top 10 still. David Calvert-Jones behind the wheel. Great job by Chris Pither and Patrick Long in that car.
Now, this was a bit rude, I think, by Mucker on Brabham. He got in there and he had nowhere to go, and had nowhere to go than to give a little tap to Brabs, put Brabs in the wall pretty hard. That might be a penalty. We wait to hear how that's been assessed by the race director.
Right, let's just run through where we're at. A Bentley leads the motor race.
Yep.
They've never won anything at Mount Panorama. In second place is Audi, the factory Audi sport team. Phoenix Racing is running that car. They've won here twice. They are the form team. In third place is Nissan. They last won a major race here, as we confirm the Michelin hourly update for you on your screen right now. They last won a major race here in 1992. Were on the podium here last October. Would be desperate for a victory. Aston Martin in fourth, have never won anything here. The last time a 12-cylinder car won here, it was 1985. And in fifth place is Erebus Motorsport. They were second here in 2012, first in 2013, and third last year. They are a form team at Mount Panorama. It's all to play for. Everyone in the top 5 has got something to fight for in these final 17 minutes.
And it's not just about the top of the charts either, because in the classes there have been battles all day, and the rest of the field under our Pirelli class update, well, Matt Bell and Chio, we know. Marcus Marshall, they're going for a victory in the Century Batteries B class in that Porsche 911 GT Cup car. Tony Alford, they've weathered the storm, and the 54 Lotus looks good for the Richards Class C. Rob Thompson in the BMW Coupe, the 1 Series car, he's back in the mountain, has been driving Aston Martins in the past in a BMW here, the GWS Personnel D class, and Gary Jacobson is still at the wheel. Has somebody super glued him into the Recaro Class I leader, because he seems to have been there for a very long time.
Cars are coming across top of the mountain, and just keeping an eye on Twitter at the moment, and there is the most Bentley tweet I can possibly imagine here. I'm going to read it out verbatim. Let's be clear, staying ahead of Laurens Vanseur is a very tricky thing. We can be sure that Matt Bell Racing will be trying his hardest.
Yes.
Well done, Bentley.
There has been a cracking social interaction between the teams, the drivers, the manufacturers, and of course you, the audience, across the weekend here and throughout the day here, live and free on 7, bringing you unrivaled access to the Summer Classic and the first big Australian event in motorsport.
Lights are out.
This summer, the lights are out on the safety car. And now Matt Bell has got to go from cruise mode into qualifying mode with nothing in between. When you go to work on a morning, you probably have a cup of coffee, read the newspaper and chat with your friends. There's none of that here. It's straight into it for Matt Bell. He's got to turn it straight on. No warm-up, no stretching. Get the brain into gear, make sure you're ready to go. We are going to green this time around. The AMG Mercedes-Benz safety car is gone. Matt Bell, the man from Newcastle, behind the wheel of the Bentley, has Laurens Vanseur, the fastest man ever over the top of the mountain, and the fastest time ever recorded by that Audi in second place. We're going to the flag now here on 7, live and free from Bathurst. Mount Panorama delivers again another nail-biting finish, and the V8 Bentley starts to rev. We've got the best drivers in the world right here, right now, racing for 2015's first big Australian prize, and Matt Bell defends into Hell Corner for the first time, but he goes a little wide, and Vanseur tries to do the over and under. He's got a tiny bit of overlap. He's going to try and come Buffalo Gals round the outside. If he can do that into Griffin's Bend, he deserves to win this race. He's pulled alongside. He's nosed ahead, but Bell on the inside surely can hold on. The big Bentley has got to break super late. He's offline though. Can he hold on to it? This is magnificent stuff. And watch the second of the cars behind. That's not in the fight for the lead, but he could get involved in it if they're not careful. That was cool driving by both.
Carbon copy of 2015. Squeeze the car on the outside wide to the curb, and you will have the right of way on the inside line. It is the place to be there, but you've got to go brave and deep up into Griffin's Bend. Great defensive driving by Matt Bell, but Laurens Vanseur has been the fastest driver all weekend, continues to apply the pressure. We go back 7 cars to find the Nissan G. 5 cars. He's already got 2 to find the Nissan GTR, but look how good the Audi R8 is across the top. That's been its key strength all weekend long. So I'm looking at Falcon Tyre's elbow for a move from Laurens Vanseur, because across the top, through the slow stuff and the aero stuff, is where this car has been its strongest. Watch it down here. Key overtaking opportunity down the outside, but Bell defends. Vanseur will have a good run down the straight, and there's nothing between these two in a straight line.
Remember what the teammates, the Laurent Vantour in that Audi was saying, they've lost a bit of top end since it got warmer here. The Bentley seems to gain a bit. And don't forget Chio-san in the 35. He is catching. I saw the headlights there in the background. Looks stoic. Now just 4 positions between these two and the third place car. And Matt Bell is doing a lot of defending here. He's trying to get the temps up on the Michelin tyres and get this Bentley back in its operating window. He's already to drivers left, coming down into the final corner at Maguire's, and all of this is backing the field up. And here comes Chio down the inside. He's going to be on the back of these guys in another lap, if that, the way that's going at the moment. He's now only got 3 cars between him and this battle for the lead into Hell Corner and up Mountain Straight another time. Now will Matty Bell be able to hold on to it again? He takes the slightly defensive line. This time Vantour stays behind and in the gap in the air.
If Matt Bell keeps driving like this, Chio is going to be on this battle for the race lead. He will be there and the Nissan will buy into it and we'll have a 3-way fight for the race victory. This time Vantour sticks behind the leader. 1 car, it's that Audi.
There he is.
The J-Mac Pem Racing Audi is in this. Well, and it's a lapped car. It may be a deciding lapped car. It'll need to let Chio by very, very quickly. And the Nissan GTR has cruised on the leading battle. Slow out of the cutting and a nudge from the Audi. He gave the Bentley a whack there. Slow drive onto the top of the mountain, but it's helped the Bentley, if anything. And there's a car length between the two of them.
It's like the old swing by when you're doing the velodrome racing, isn't it? Get your mate a little bit further up the road, and for once there's a bit of clear grey tarmac between the leader and second place man. Here comes Chio up on that lap Audi. Look, a couple of cars back as they go over the 7 News Skyline area down into the SS. This is as much breathing space as Matt has had since the restart. Stefan Mucker not in the fight at the moment. He's he's catching up now to Chio, and he's only another second further back. You know, we could have 4 guys battling for this in half a lap's time.
But who's going to be quickest down the mountain? Because all day it's been the Nissan. He's right there with that lapped car between. If he can pull past that, use that toe, he's going to be right with these two.
He's through.
He's into the final 10 minutes of this race.
It's fingernail biting time, but not those. They're too highly manicured as first, second and third are now together.
The Audi did the right thing, just pulled to the side, lifted off and let the Nissan go. He is in this fight. How hard is Matt Bell driving car 10? You will not see a car more grip limited as that was across the top of Mount Panorama.
Here comes Aston Martin too. He's just got 2 cars between him and the Nissan now. It could be 4 cars.
It's going to be a quartet battling for this 2015 top step. Now is the time to take stock, to breathe in. What have you got left in the fast locker? It's time to open the bottom drawer, take it out and throw it at Mount Panorama. There's no sense in leaving it behind. Mucker is 2 cars back from this triple battle for the lead. Heading up Mountain Straight one more time. Here comes Chio in the Nissan. He's going to have to go the long way around. He's almost got the left wheels on the grass as they go up to Griffins. I think he's got alongside. He surely can't get through from there, but he'll cut back onto the right-hand side. Man, that Nissan's quick.
Watch it down Conrad Straight, because we know the Audi isn't the fastest car in a straight line.
No, and remember the patience that Chio showed earlier on going through traffic when he was in 3rd and 4th position. That's gone out the window now. He wants to be at the front because he knows a fast Aston Martin and a fast Aston Martin works driver in Stefan Mucker is coming up the hill.
Safety car.
Safety car is out. Safety car is out. That could be it. Oh, we've been robbed. We've been robbed here of a finish. Goodness me. It's the leader in Class B. Second place in Class B. The Century Batteries GT3 car has been chasing down the 47, the other Porsche, and it looks as though he's beached it. Oh, and he's done it on his own as well, tried to take too much speed in, tyres not up to temps, and that car, without a snatch tractor down there, that car is stuck, and it looks like we may finish this one under full course caution. And Nissan will be cursing their luck. They got the brake on the last one.
The tractor is already at the car, so they'll get that pulled out very quickly.
Is the yellow flags here?
Yes.
Because these guys are still racing, are they?
No, they're fine.
No, the yellow flags are out. Thank you.
Marshals are running to that car. We may yet get this back to green.
Yeah, the snatch tractor is already there. This is marvellous stuff. They were at the back of the
race control. Race control will do everything in their power to have this race finish under green, even if it is a one-lap dash to the flag.
Oh my goodness me, that is going to be carnage.
If it is a one-lap dash to the flag, on what odds a Nissan victory?
Oh.
You just get the feeling there's something special left in car 35. Leaders across the line. They'll be picked up by the Mercedes-Benz safety car. The Grove car will be out of the sand trap in 35 seconds. It may just be this one lap under safety car. There are still 7 minutes and 55 seconds on the race clock.
I was going to say, did the safety car actually come out? It has done. But there's nothing to say that it can't go straight in at the end of
No, absolutely not.
No.
And the guys are working like Trojans down at Maguire's corner, at Murray's, the final corner. And Matt Bell is going to have to do it all again.
It's on the move. Porsche is on the move.
This helps Matt Bell. I'm convinced this helps Matt Bell.
Really?
It's 1 or 2 less laps. He has to defend. The safety car's doing his defence for him because Lawrence Vanthoor cannot pass while they're under yellow.
Oh, brilliant stuff from the marshals.
That Porsche is going to get away again.
They haven't even pulled him out of the way. They're going to give him the opportunity to drive on if he can, get it going. And the Grove car is out and away and being told to get off the circuit. And what they're doing there is getting rid of all the rubbish from underneath the car before he rejoins. That is such smart officiating and driving.
6:55 to go.
On the left-hand side, Matt Bell in the Bentley. On the right-hand side is the Chio monster, as we're going to be calling him now. Third place. In the middle of the pair of them is Laurent Vanthoor. Stefan Muck, 2 cars further back, has Jacques Leblanc and Andrea Montermini right behind him. The problem for Montermini is he's a lap off the lead, but we've got the 5 lead lap cars within about 3 seconds.
Which equals a record set last year. 5 cars on the lead lap at the end of last year's race was a race record. So we've done that again, and at the same time, it's Bentley, Audi, Nissan, Aston Martin, Mercedes. 5 different brands fighting for the Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 hour. There's a Ferrari in 6th. There's a Lamborghini in 7th. There's 7 different brands in the top 7 of the 9 represented in the outright GT3 class.
6 minutes on the clock, John. 6 minutes on the clock.
I give you 6 minutes, 7 different manufacturers, and variety aplenty at the 2015 Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 hours, live and free on 7 and through to the checkered flag. And from race control, we're going this time around. Brilliant officiating.
Bad sportsmanship flag was shown just before the safety car to Matt Bell for excessive blocking, we believe, which is what they usually show it for.
Okay.
I would have thought gloves are off with 5 and a bit minutes to go. Don't worry about that, Matt. You drive that thing on the inside white line if you have to. We think 2 laps. It's 5:48 plus 1 lap for the leader. It's currently 5:44 local Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the country, around the world, there is no better place to be than in front of the Channel 7 feed to watch the final throw of the 2015 Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 hours.
Is this not the best place in the world? Mount Panorama, time and time and time again, delivers amazing motor racing. 4 and a bit minutes to go. 7 brands in the top 7, 5 fighting for victory after 12 of the most brutal hours you will ever see at this place.
And 3 line astern as they come to what we hope will be the final green flag. Let's keep this green. Let's see this one. Guy Smith, that will never have seen anything like this. It's an honour and a privilege to be trackside now and calling this one for you, as Matt Bell has to do it all again. The green flag's waving, but it's Matt Bell who's controlling the pace of the field. Now take a deep breath. Suck it up, fellas, because you've got 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 8 seconds to do. Don't take a breath. Oh, Chio's gone through.
Chio's gone through.
Brilliant piece of timing. If that starts, it's brilliant, and he's up into 2nd place. I don't think there was an overlap on the line, and he's going to go for the lead through Hell Corner. He's already in the slipstream of the big Bentley. The 2 biggest, widest, meanest, hairiest cars are going head-to-head on the mountain straight.
This is astonishing stuff from Chio-san. The fiery young Japanese driver goes to the lead.
That is remarkable. He's done 2 of them, and they're not at Griffin Corner yet. 3:36 on the clock, and Nissan leads on the mountain. The GTR Godzilla has eaten the field to now, and they are back with a vengeance.
Absolutely astonishing stuff. That was perfectly timed from Chio as they crossed the line. He absolutely blasted by the Audis who went down to turn 1 and did the same again in turn 3 to the Bentley. Amazing stuff. Can he keep it together?
Military settings on the Nissan now. It's pedal to the metal, and he's pulled out 5, 6, 10 cars lengths as he goes across. We can hear the spectators clapping as he goes across. This is going to be a famous victory. Vantour for second place on the big Bentley, who has hung out for so long. Matt Bell will be desperate to hold on to this one. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it down Conrod Straight.
Vantour will drive underneath the Bentley if he has to. He's got the fastest car here. Absolutely on the limit, down into the elbow, and squeezes him wide, and they'll drag race down Conrod Straight. Not quite. Bell holds on, and the big Bentley is doing the business in the fight for the podium.
There's going to be another lap, maybe another 2 here, guys. Look at the time, 2:24. It's going to be close to whether they do one more after this, and it'll all be down to when Chio crosses the line. The blue flag's been waved.
The Nissan's gone.
The Bentley locking up there, or was it some fluid coming out the back? There was certainly something on the back wheels.
I think that was a touch earlier at the top of Conrod Straight from the Audi on the back of the Bentley. I think we've got some touching bodywork there.
Coming round with 2:03, 2:02. This is going to be it. It's 48 on the clock, plus 1 lap, and the white flag is out, or it would be if we were in the US. 1 more to go down to the first corner, and watch out for the battle further down as well.
Because the knocker, John, he's catching the Audi for 3rd position.
Yeah, and he's hauled him in the last lap, and Vantour just doesn't quite have the ultimate pace he had last time. 1:37 on the clock will confirm 100% if this is the last lap. But Chio is driving up the road. The Nissan GTR, it won here in 91, it won here in 92, has not touched the podium since then. Somewhere in the world, Darren Cox, the boss of motorsport for Nissan, will be having kittens.
It's 6:48 in the morning in the UK. DC's just closed on his new house. He's celebrating that. He's celebrating an LMP1 program, and in about a lap's time, he will be celebrating a victory here. The GT Academy graduates with Chio have pulled off a remarkable masterstroke. Bob Neville and RGN with the Nismo Global Athlete team have put it to the best in the world. They've taken on the mountain. They've beaten them all. And at the moment, it's Chio by a couple of seconds, and then the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. There's 2 more steps on the podium, and it's musical chairs here, and when the music stops, someone of these 3 is going to be left without a seat.
That is huge.
It's come round the outside. Vantour has come around the corner and almost got it in. Here comes Mucker. Mucker is right in the slipstream as well.
This is astonishing. For the final spot on the podium, Stefan Mucker drives the Aston Martin round the Audi R8 down Conrod Straight. He's in the top of the Bentley. It's helped him get by in the Aston's 3rd. Final lap. Leader is on the last lap.
Vantour comes from a huge long way back into the Michelin chase. He tries to go around the inside. Chio's ahead of all this and is going to win for Nismo. But who's going to be 2nd, 3rd and 4th? There's still one big braking area to come. Once again, Bathurst delivers a great finish, and it's a Nismo GTR that wins it for Nissan. Chio wins it. 2nd, 3rd and 4th across the line.
Bell got to 4th right at the last turn. The Audi finishes the race 2nd place, and the Aston Martin comes home 3rd. Matt Bell lost all his momentum in the final turn.
He went wide coming out of the final corner. That is remarkable stuff, and that is a popular victory from the 32,000 people who've been here this weekend. And the Nismo flags are out in pit lane, and an AM-class car wins overall. And Shea Adam is down in the pit lane. There's a lot of smiling GT Academy graduates there, Shea.
Florian, this is simply amazing. 2 years ago, you weren't even racing, and now you've won the 12 Hours of Bathurst. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's like I almost can't believe it. I really, Chio put just the hammer down after the last safety car, and he was immediately at the back of the other cars in front, and I can't almost believe, you know, it's hard. We were a little bit disappointed to be in 3rd at this point and so far away. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's just amazing, you know. I think nobody of us would expect to win here, but yeah, it just feels amazing, and I think we have a big celebration tonight.
I think it's well-deserved, and Darren Cox is going to be very, very proud of you and Wolfie and Chio.
Congratulations to Alex and Gemma for the newborn child. Really well done, and I hope, yeah, I'm pretty lucky, you know, in the end it worked out. And unfortunately, Alex couldn't do any better, so we're first, that's good. So, yeah, we'll just celebrate tonight. Thank you very much.
Well done.
I think young Austin might be getting another name. Chio.
He might have been woken up earlier than he would normally get up, I think.
Contact on the final corner for Matt Bell, pushed down to 4th position. Godzilla wins on the mountain. This is a huge year for Nismo globally with the launch of their LMP1 GTR Challenger. And they have not deserted the rest of motorsport, and they stayed true to their roots with the GTR coming back and the GT3 version taking a huge win here.
We said back on lap 245 when Craft Bamboo Racing put Stefan Mucker in that car, watch out for the Aston Martin. Didn't he deliver?
Wow.
He came from the clouds to finish 3rd, and that is truly a remarkable finish at this place again.
Well, 2 young men there, both graduates of the GT Academy, the Nissan GT Academy, both computer gamers, now full professional race drivers, both played a full part, but the final knock-in to that race, Katsumasa Chio, that was extraordinary stuff.
Yes, mate.
269 laps, 1,671 kilometres completed today. By no means a record, in fact. It's only 1 lap further than the shortest ever GT Bathurst 12-hour, but who cares? Let's be honest, that was the most remarkable of finishes again.
Gojila, king of the mountain once again. The GTR is back. How do you write that down? Unbelievable stuff. 12 hours elapsed and a wee bit more, and a big outpouring of breath from Chio. Let's have a look again, and there you could quite clearly see that was a clear restart. There was no overlap on the line there for the Nissan. They'll be looking at that carefully, and Chio already through into 2nd and then tried to go through into the lead and did it.
The Maguire's replay shows it well. We've talked up the straight line speed all day long. I really need to see what happened in that final corner for 2nd and 3rd, though. For a moment there, it looked like the Audi might have fallen off the road as well. But as it was, Vanthor got home in 2nd, which is an amazing result for that team that has been the fastest car all weekend and probably one of the strongest too.
And we would not have had that finish, we would not have had that excitement had the race officials and the hard-working marshals got the Porsche out of the gravel on the final corner. Gentlemen and ladies, we salute your work this weekend. You have given us the end to this motor race that it richly deserved. And Katsumasa Chio is the man in the car at the end who will take the plaudits in the Darrell Lee overall, winning the AM class, winning the Pro class. Lauren Vantur and the rest of the 15 Phoenix Racing Audi team ahead of Aston Martin Vantage. Also in the Pro category, Stefan Mucker bringing that one home. And 3rd in the AP, 4th, and perhaps the unluckiest place to be, just off the overall podium, Matt Bell and the M Sport Bentley team. What a result for Erebus. They rolled the dice early. Jack LeBrock coming home in 6th position. 2nd in the AM category for the 49 squad, and Andrea Montermini. And 3rd in that AMS category, by the way, in 10th position, Chris Meese in the number 9 Audi.
Do you think Bentley will be back after finishing 4th at Mount Panorama?
Oh, yeah.
Do they have something to prove now? They led this race.
What about the
final restart?
Let's have a look at the other categories as well, because there were other races out there in the classes.
Just confirming, John, 7 different brands inside the top 7. Nissan, Audi, Aston Martin, Bentley, Mercedes, Ferrari, Lamborghini, then another Ferrari, and 2 Audis rounding out the top 10. Phoenix Racing get 2 cars home inside the 10. The class winners, we know the Class A Pro and Class A Amateur winners. Class B, well done, Team Superbarn Supermarkets, with Marcus Marshall, James and Theo Konduras and Sam Power. They win the Century Batteries Porsche GT3 Cup cars. The Donut King Nissan got there in Ridge's Class C. Tony Alford's squad got there. The Berwick Linton entry, the BMW 1 Series 1M Coupe in GWS Personnel Class D, and the Mark Focus that has been the class of the Recaro Invitationals took it home. Car number 93, Gary Jacobson at the wheel towards the end, did an outstanding job.
There are some very happy Nismo graduates coming down just underneath our box at the moment. The flags will go up onto the podium as well. This has been one for the ages. Yes, we've had interruption to the flow of the race because of the incident, but that is all about sticking to it to the end. And what does endurance mean? Being there at the end and being in the right position. And Nissan Nismo have done it all perfectly well this weekend for RJN and for the rest of the Nismo Athlete Global team. This is a famous victory and a fantastic start to the motorsport year for the Nismo team, who have got such a big year coming to them. Back to Le Mans in the top class, and they start 2015 in the best possible way. Graham Goodwin, give me 3 words to describe this.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Crailsey.
Unbelievable. What an amazing race. Well called by yourself, sir, and you, Graham. What a great day. Nissan have won on Mount Panorama once again for the first time since 1992.
Well, quite clearly, the Godzilla is back in natural habitat. Well done to Shea down in the pit lane. It'll be Barrett's coming to you in a moment. Thanks to everybody who's put this together and all of the interaction from around the world. Hashtag B12HR has broken the internet. Guys, it's been an honour and a privilege. Let's head down to Mark Barretta to wrap things up from the mountain.
Guys, thank you very much and a fantastic job. Well done all weekend. What we have seen today has been nothing short of remarkable. If you love motorsport, if you love racing, today has been incredible. 169 drivers came here from 15 nations, and they have put on an incredible feast for us here today. Whoever you support, hope you've enjoyed it. The Liqui Moly Bathurst 12-hour race is delivered once again. We can't wait till next year. It's been great to be a part of it. We've all enjoyed it. The great spirit here on the mountain, the incredible racing. It has been one to remember. And don't forget that record crowd as well, who are enjoying the podium presentation here too. We're going to go to that very shortly, but thanks for your company. Hope you've enjoyed it on the 7 Network right around Australia. We'll see you soon. Until then, take care and bye-bye.
Is underway. Oh, we got hit. Oh, it's another Bentley bump.
That is a very big crash. Oh no, down the inside. That is a monster crash.
Bathurst delivers a great finish, and it's a Nismo GTR that wins it for Nissan. Chio wins it.